So hello guys,
Hello.
Rhino session again today.
Yeah, hi.
So let me share my screen. So let's see. Um, we did last week this surface tool, and there are some editing. We looked at this tool that we can extract lines. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think most of like all the important parts we did, like projection, duplicate border, duplicate face, extract ice curve, wireframe, intersect, contour, section, and so on. So today we can move on to solid object. So solid in Rhino is like here. If you see the box, you can undock the solid creation. Or I believe you can go here solid tool. We have these guys. I'm gonna draw just simple box here. So we have here one, and I'm going to copy, move it, and I'm making this kind of overlapping in between them. Let me copy a couple of them. So one of the important tool here, if you go solid here, you see solid tools. Make sure you click on solid tool, and on the top left we have different operation. You can make solid into like a solid Boolean Union, means two solid becomes one solid, or you can do Boolean difference, Boolean intersect, and Boolean split. So let's go ahead for the first one. Maybe I'll copy one more. This. So first one we will do here, Boolean Union. The command called Boolean Union. You can select two solid object. When you hit enter, these guys now joined, let's say joined, and also became one solid object. Okay, so if I do X-ray view, you can see the intersection area they are joined. Maybe you can explode it and you can have a look. If I now hide this surface, as you can see, yeah, let's hide. You see, this is the join. So when you join them together, then that's the solid object. So how we can define, I'll just change layer to layer 1, and there's a command called clipping plane, which you can draw kind of a section plane. As you can see, these are, okay, I'll move this one a bit. You see, it's a solid when they joined as a with a Boolean Union tool. Whereas the others, at the moment, they are just overlapping. They are also solid, but individual solid object.
Yeah.
Now I'll move it up. So this one, let's go ahead with Boolean difference. So I'll choose the object which I want to keep, and then hit enter, and I can subtract the other part from here. That's Boolean difference. And you can see we have solid object. The third one is intersection. So let's say first one, and then your second one, hit enter. That's the intersection, Boolean intersection. The last one is basically we are splitting all of them. So then the result would be here, there. You see, we have this solid splitted result. Okay, and now we see they are all solid object, which means you can add any solid object. Let's say I have here actually sphere. This sphere is when you type what, it's considered as a surface. It's not polysurface. It's one surface which is developed. So you can see here one division line, and it's just revolved as a one surface, but Rhino recognized it as a solid. So if I move my clipping plane, as you can see, this is solid. But if I explode the result will be still surface, because there is no more, it's a single surface. It's keeping forever as a sphere. Okay. It's the same for ellipse. So sorry, we can draw ellipse somehow like that. And if you type what for ellipse, it's also surface. And now I'm going to, let's do Boolean difference. I want to keep this on, and I want to remove this part. And as you can see, that's the result. Quite handy. And if I move this clipping plane, as you can see, it's a solid object. Simple, yeah? Very simple solid operation.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to show you some other like solid options. So we have box, and there are some box options. We can have a cylinder. We have sphere we draw, and there is ellipse we can draw. And what is this? This is, I think, okay. Why it's a solid? That's I don't understand. But let's cut. Obviously, it's not solid. It's a surface. But you can command. There are special commands you can use to cap the hole. So type cap and hit enter. Then this enclose the open surface, and it becomes now solid object. Okay. And there is also cone you can draw. They are all solid object. The other, I mean, there are many more, but I'm not really using these kind of tools. So, but if you want, you can use that. Why not? So you can draw this kind of thing, or torus, donuts, pipe and pipe cap. This is kind of useful tool. So what I'll do, we did last time extract wireframe. Remember, we can extract wireframe. It's called extract wireframe, and I extracted it. Let's take a look. Here I'm going to command this pipe, and you can give the diameter. I'll give diameter to 0.3, so 30 centimeter, and that's how you can pipe them. Okay. So you can also select. We did selection for the first class, and here we say cell curve. You can select only the curves, and I'll move it. This time, while I'm piping these guys, sorry, I select this pipe. Let's say we will make cap. Instead of flat, we can make it round. Okay, from the option, we can make round, and when you hit enter, and you can see at the end they have round cap. I'll move one more time here. When I click, select the layer. The next option is you can pipe them, and it's already giving you round caps. Yeah. So nothing special. These are all the solid objects you can draw, and there are some solid modification you can have a look. First one is let's say I actually don't use most of them. Let's use fillet edges. Yeah, fillet edge. So when I click that, you can select edges, and you can provide the radius. And that doesn't change. Sure, yes, no. Edit. Sorry. So I'll do it again, and I give 0.3 as a radius, and you can see that much. We're going to fillet them, and this is how you can fillet the edge for solid object. Are you guys with me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, we're following.
So let's try one more time. Solid, like fillet edge. So when I go to solid, and when I click on fillet edge. This time I'm gonna select all of this. Hit enter, and you can fillet the edge. There is also, you can mouse right button blend edge. We can try. What blend edge does, actually I'm not too sure. Let's try. I'm also not using this tool much, so next one I'll give again 30 centimeter, and let's see what blend edge means. Actually nothing different. Let's say blend edge. I'll preview. Yes. We can give a blend edge, means we can give different variation. So we can not from only one side to, you know, same radius, but we can control this different edge condition.
Yeah.
And I think we can also add handle when you do blend option. Once you add handle, from this handle we can make it bigger. Oh, if you go too crazy, you see, you cannot control anymore. Let's try one more time. We can add handle.
Yeah, don't go too crazy.
And now if we add it, as you can see, something very interesting that also this, when you click, you can give number. So 0.6 you can give. I'll try one more time. Click on the gripping point, then you go to radius value, and you can control by typing the number. You can link handles, yes or no. And there are a lot of options, and I just finish, and you have this funny shape, which is nice. So if you click mouse left button, then it's all on, you can do only fillet edge. If you click mouse right button, you can see there are Rhino always have two different command options: mouse left button and right button on icon. Mouse right button, and I can go, for example, this, and you can add handle or copy handle from this to here, and you can control different value. And when you finish, that's the finish geometry. That's very nice. Chamfer is basically you can give the angle, or sorry, it's again we can chamfer the distance. So I'll give 40 centimeter. Sorry, chamfer. So click. That's how I can chamfer it. You see? You can chamfer. You can select more edges and chamfer at the same time. And sometimes if it doesn't work, then that means the radius, the distance is too far. So I'm just giving different distance. And let's see if this is gonna work. I'm gonna even chamfer here. Yeah. Somehow some part is failed, and it shows like this failed area. But you get the idea what chamfer means. Yeah? Yeah. So you can model that.
Yeah.
You can also edit fillet edge. So when you click that edit fillet edge option for your solid, then you can see there is editing option, and you can finish the command. We can go back, click there, and instead of that I can change to this, and I can edit. So it's not just complete, as long as it's a fillet edge, it recognizes, and you can change the value of that. Okay, very nice. So others I don't really use much, but let's have a look one by one. Wire cut. You can also cut based on the wire. You know, the wire cut, heated wire to cut the model. Do you know what's the idea of this?
Wire cut, no?
You don't know. You don't make a model in school time, no? I think you may know this. With the wire, it cut the foam with heated wire.
Ah, okay.
You know, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you make this kind of model in your structural
Yeah. Not exactly on structural university, but as kids we playing with those.
Okay. So this is like with heated wire with a robot arm. It cut the foam, something like this.
Mhm.
So that's the meaning. So let's try wire. Could be interesting. So to cut wire, we have to select cutting line, like curves. So what I'll do from top view, let's draw some curves. Standard curve. I'll just draw something like that. So you can have nice curve. Looks nice. And now if I go top view, let's select back solid tool, and we going to use wire. So I'll use cutting wire and object to cut, and you can cut how much you want to cut and which direction. So that's cut it. Nice, huh?
Yeah.
We can try again. Next object, copy here. In this case, ghost view would be handy. Ghost view. So I'll do the wire, select the wire, object to cut. How much I want to go? I'll go this time not full length, half, and then let's cut out this much. And I think I'm happy with it. Finish. So this is the result you get. The wire.
Oh, okay.
Very nice. So you can like kind of sculpt like some object geometry.
Yeah. And in this case, this should have some thickness, or is it possible just with the wire to cut to split the solid element on two parts?
I think it's a good question. Let's try. I'm gonna copy this and let's explode it. Yeah. So this is no longer solid object, but I'll join these two surfaces as a poly surface. What?
Mm-hmm.
And the others are a single surface. Let's try. Wire. Object. We can select like basically all object, and I can give the depth and the depth. So it doesn't cut because there's no it looks like it cut out only the but you see some strange result you get because they are not solid object. I can flip. Yeah.
Okay, but can you extrude this wire just in Z axis, or you?
Yeah.
Without okay.
Okay. You want to
now it will split just.
Yeah, you can split it then.
Then another command. Okay.
Split command. Yeah. Then you can split the surface.
Okay. That was my question. Then we can use split in in this case.
Yeah, you can use split in this case.
Okay, thank you.
But could be interesting for the pipe if we cut this wire, and I'm gonna select all this pipe. Yeah, it somehow works, as you can see. Nice. Because pipe is considered, when it's kept, it's considered as a solid object. Yeah? So again, when you want to check if it's solid or not, you just go surface tool, and there's surface and edge analysis. You can select all of them, and if there's any naked edge, for example these guys, it means this is not solid object. Okay. It's very important because sometimes you may send Rhino object to Revit, and for that, if there's any naked edge, the geometry is not very good to send it to Revit. So you make sure everything is enclosed so that you give the better, good geometry to Revit part. Okay.
Yes, sir. Do you think you can use those options for the electrical part for the conduit? Because in Revit, for example, in Revit, don't know about other programs. Never
Mm-hmm.
tried really, but for Revit, can you use this to model conduit as you want? Because
Yeah, yeah, sure. So because of Rhino inside technology, which Rhino
mhm.
is inside of Revit, you can make any like geometry, like let's any conduit, yeah. If you could imagine this is like one conduit, and maybe I don't know. You may let me maybe we go twin curve. So in between this twin curves, we start and end curve, and I'll give number maybe 5, and let's say this is special conduit
Mhm.
you need to work on,
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
uh, which is difficult. No, this is easy conduit, but what I wanted to show you was maybe something like this that difficult to model somehow with Revit. You can twin curve this one and this one. Yeah, and yeah, I don't know. In this, it's not exactly same curves, but you need to convert as conduit. Then you
Mhm.
can model in Rhino, and this one you can send it as a Revit family.
And add parameters and everything. Yeah.
Parameters, no. This you can select. It is Rhino inside command part that you can set the like shared parameter for this,
Mhm.
but the geometry is not parametric geometry. There is no.
Yeah, no, didn't think about the geometry. And,
Mhm.
I was talking about the other parameters that you need to have in
Yeah.
the.
Is it possible to choose category
Yeah, 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 yeah.
during importing a right?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah. Everything
yeah.
is possible. I really recommend. I'm gonna do the Rhino Inside workshop in March, end of March with McNeil. If you guys really interested, I really recommend you to join the workshop with McNeil. Um, I'm the tutor, and you really can learn a lot of stuff with because now you are running Rhino, and I'm going to show you guys Grasshopper also after this session. Then I think Rhino Inside a good workshop. You can really leverage your uh, learning material for Revit, for instance. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's the 3 days workshop, but you can run really a lot of stuff from there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Great.
Okay. Now, so what you are doing? Okay, solid. So let's catch up with, for example, Rhino and Grasshopper first, and then you can really do a lot of stuff in Rhino Inside. Next is move face. I think this is not that important, but you can try. Select face to move, and then it's done, and you can move it where to go. You know, when you move, of course, the geometry goes. Let's do it again. I would say, sorry, move face. I would say snap it, and then you can give maybe proper value from here, something like that. I went also still very bad, but you know what I mean, yeah? Instead of using that tool, I often just turn on Gumball, and if you hold your Shift and Control key, you can just move it from here also with a Gumball. You can give distance 1 meter, it goes, and you can move it up 1 meter, for instance, it goes. And there's also very interesting tool command called solid point on. Solid point on. Then you can select point to move it. You see there's control point. You can move it. Maybe in this view the point looks too small. Let's go to the graphic setting, and we can maybe change the vertex shaded object surface mesh. It's not mesh but points and point control. So control point style. I don't know what. If we go make it bigger, let's a bit exaggerate. 7. No, that doesn't change anything. I'll make this one to 3. Back 3. I'll make this one 7, and let's see. Nothing changed. Okay. I thought maybe I can change the control point, but it's actual point, not doesn't really show. In this case, I'll leave it 3. Maybe you can change this mesh. Edge, naked edges only. There is no vertex. Vertex size. Maybe I can make this bigger. Let's see. No, still doesn't work. Never mind. You can go to wireframe view and you can select this control point, change it. That's how we can change the geometry. Once more, solid points on, and you can move, you know. You can go really crazy modeling from here. We can also do the game fillet, maybe blend. I don't know, doesn't recognize. Only this part. We can blend it. Maybe I can add handle again here, and here I can give a little bit different blending. You see, you can really go crazy geometry. Okay. So I wouldn't recommend to use move face, and you can also use Control Shift. Hold your Control key and Shift key. You can click the vertex that you can move it around. Control point. Okay. Nothing important. Extrude face. These are all. So you can also select face, Control and Shift, and you can click this one. You can extrude it. You know, extrude it. If you just move it, then it just moves the same topology. When you click this dot here from Gumball and you move it, it's extrusion. So you have another division here. You can see? And you can select edges and maybe you can move it around, something like that. Okay? So all others not very important. I'll skip. This is like solid points on. We did it already. Nothing important. Planar face, round hole, make hole. Yeah, I think these are all not that important. But there's important tool for solid. Maybe what I can show is, let me think. Any question in the meantime?
No,
Yeah, from my side, nothing. Clear.
All clear.
Yeah, solid is such a simple thing, so we don't really have much.
Although every time I'm impressed with possibilities for modeling.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
you can modify everything.
Yeah, you can modify everything in every direction, and really easy. That's the first impression.
Extract those lines that you get from all those
surfaces geometry, isn't it? Yeah, you can really design a spaceship with Rhino, so because the parts you can really create completely. freedom from here. Yeah, but for the solid, you cannot rebuild the surface or the typology. It's just solid object. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all for solid object, I think. I'm gonna show you some other special tools. I'll isolate. Did I show make 2D already?
No, as far as I remember.
Yeah, so what I'll do, I'll show you. So somehow I want to make a drawing of this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And this is perspective, and I want to make this perspective view. I want to, if you press F6, you can see the camera of F6, no? Okay, it doesn't, okay, it seems like not. So if I go to this camera view here, display option, in this perspective, sorry, the property of the view, and it's in the camera we can change the focal lens length. I'll make it 27 millimeter, like a 22 millimeter lens. Then you see a lot more distortion, yeah, the geometry. And I'm gonna go to this here, and I'm hiding ISO curves, so we have like just edges. And in this view, I want to make a 2D drawing of this particular object. So I select object, and you can type command make 2D. Okay. Then it will give you option what view. I'm gonna use this perspective view, and I'm going to draw the drawing. I will show hidden edge, hidden lines, and I'll group the output, and I'll say make 2D. Then on the layer here we have make 2D layer automatically generated. And let's have a look here. Now I'm going to go to top view. We have here this drawing. Do you see? This is make 2D result.
Yeah.
And it shows a hidden line, and that looks a bit dominant. I'll maybe make it a bit much more lighter gray. It doesn't, you cannot really see the difference now, but I'm going to make this one to white background. Yeah, still you don't really see a big difference, but let's PDF it, Control P, and I'm going to set the window here. And now if you see, you can see hidden line and you know, the other lines, the silhouette lines. And when you print PDF it, then you get the drawing. Let me see. Can download, make 2D, and we get the PDF. I hope Rhino doesn't crash. I don't know, somehow when it's crashed. It's always the same.
During the printing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't have problem when I do it alone, but seems like whenever I share screen, it looks like it's crashing. Let's go back. I'll show something interesting. So let's go to the website called Parts Community. It's a community where everyone share their parts. I'm gonna log in, and let's search something interesting. What should I search? Maybe I'll search car. Maybe I'll search Tesla.
Rocket ship.
And maybe engine. There are some engine parts. No. Yeah. Yeah, there are some stuff. Let's look at this one. Looks interesting, yeah? I'll download it. Download model. Let's download. We can download step model. And I'll download file. And let's save it in somewhere. Download. And if I go now in here, let's import that step file. Download. Then we'll bring it. So Rhino model is meters, it's millimeter. Scale input to match, yes. I don't think it's scaled correctly, so let me scale it up. 0, and I'll make 1000 times bigger. So that's the part we just downloaded somehow. Okay? I don't know what that is actually. But anyway, this is a block instance. I'm gonna explode it. Still block, so I'll explode all the block. I'll explain about block instance later, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
It's like AutoCAD block. So now they are poly surface, basically. And if I now say I want to manipulate this camera angle to 22 millimeter, so we have a little bit more distortion. And let's make 2D. Make 2D. And I'm gonna make 2D and it project this particular geometry to top view. It keep processing. It's quite a lot of complex in this model. Looks like stair to me. It is really engine part. I don't know what that is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So
Yeah, but those are staircases.
staircase, yeah, it's right.
Yeah.
It's a staircase. So let's see how it So the drawing is generated based on the view. Because of hidden line, you can hide it, this hidden line, and you can only see the visible. It's quite good drawing, eh? If you think. This is 2D line now.
Oh, okay.
And if you enable hidden line, these are the hidden line. And you can make like really fine, and the color, make it, I don't know, gray, you know? Those hidden lines and curves, I don't know, I'll make it a bit lighter gray. And now if I PDF, I'm not gonna PDF but just gonna show you the drawing area. Set window. You see already there is a change. I just cannot show you, but you know it generates drawing very nicely. Okay? So that's about make 2D. So you can make any object as a 2D drawing, and you can send it. I mean, it's like AutoCAD, so you can do post-processing on your drawing.
Will it crash?
Yeah, looks like gonna crash. So yeah, just it was crashed. So I'm opening again. Let me draw some more boxes here. You guys read me?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna draw a random box here, something like that. And actually we did everything about solid object. Nothing I want to show more here. But now I'm gonna move on to some editing tool. Let's say, I don't know where it's located, but I think it's on the transform. Yeah? On the transform. let's twist one of the box. So I'm gonna select the object, and I'll define the axis where I want to twist. I'm gonna select the middle and to the up, and then the first reference point I'm gonna maybe use this one, and I can twist. Now I'm going to disable the snap. I can twist as much as I want, but I'll twist a bit less. It's too much, so I'll twist a
Yeah.
little bit.
Don't go crazy.
No, no, no. So that's like twist geometry.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one would work for the surface, so I'm gonna explode it, and let's extract only one surface. And I'm gonna use again twist tool, which is here, and this time here. Okay, here and there, and let's use this one. You see, I can disable the snap,
Okay.
and you can twist. You can still twist the surface how you want. So you can have nice spiral lamp kind of. Once you have surface, of course you can offset surf, and you can give thickness. And I can make maybe 20 centimeter thickness of slab somehow, for example. So that's the twist tool. It works. And another one, you can also bend it. So you can draw the spine where you want to bend. I'm gonna use again middle. This time I'm gonna select another part like edge. So this is our spine to bend, and you can bend it like, I don't know, however you like. So that banded geometry. I'll try again. This time same axis, and then you can start to bend it. It's nice, huh? So that's the bending. You can taper. I think there is also flow along the curve. So I'll draw one curve, and let's make a bit this kind of curve. And I'm gonna select flow along the curve. Select object to flow the curve here, this one. Enter, and then space curve. And I choose start of line. I'm gonna use the end snap here. End it. End of the line here. And it flew. Do it again. Curve. Start. Let me see if we can do more than one. So copy, yes. Rigid, no. Local, no. Stretch, no. We can only flow one object to there in this case, yeah. But let's see if we can do multiple objects. So I'll do flow all of this nearest curve from here to there, and either it somehow doesn't calculate, not giving you good result, so I will skip it. So it's not very useful. Shear smooth flow along the surface. Okay. The others are not interesting, but probably cage edit is interesting. So I'm gonna select object, hit enter, and we'll use bounding box, world coordinate, and control point. Maybe let's make it to x 6. Y also 6, Z 4 is fine, and degree 3. So we have here the cage, and what this cage can do is like you can manipulate now this geometry based on these control point. You see?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you can cage object in, and then using this control point to keep manipulating your geometry. This is also very nice. Yeah? And you can also, I think you can do multiple objects. So what I'll do, I'll array this box 5, 5, Z2, spacing from here to here. I think, yeah. So we array this object. Now if I select them all, let's cage, and then bounding box is fine. Objects, yeah, bounding box, yeah. It doesn't work. Let me try with the two object. No, it doesn't work. One more time. It works for one. One more time. I'll select all of this same. Bounding box I'll make. World. Yeah, control. Yeah, it works. So I have to define the bounding box. Now we have multiple objects caged in this box. So you can move it, and as you can see, you can make some interesting result.
This looks interesting, yeah.
Yeah. Something like this. When you finish, you can finish the command, and here you can always go back to this. When you type what, this is Control F. If you press F10, you can see control this cage. You can show the control box points of the cage. You can also rotate it, of course. So accordingly, these are all changed. Very complex geometry you can make with this. As you can see, they are all influenced from these points, and you can really manipulate the geometry. Nice, huh? If you finish, you can delete this cage. Then this is now separate object. I mean, they are all separate object, but no longer controlled by this cage.
Bounding box, yeah.
If you move this cage, then they are all moving together, as you can see. Yeah? It's constrained by this cage. I think that's all today, guys. Solid tool. Nothing more I want to show. And we'll move on one last geometrical option. It's called sub-D, and we'll talk about mesh tool a bit next week, between sub-D and mesh, and you will love it because sub-D is really something Rhino7 really achieved. You can convert between this point, and you know it really. I'll just show you a preview of this. You can really make fun of this Rhino potential with this tool. I don't know. You can really make anything. Yeah, for example. I don't know what that is. Okay, any question? No?
No, not really.
No.
Okay, then.
This looks every time very interesting. And thank you, Yungbo.
Yeah.
Very nice presentation of this these options.
Okay, then for now I'll stop recording.